Hello everyone, I'm Mona and today I'm going to explain you the concept of paging in detail. But before that, let us understand what paging basically is and why do we need paging. But if you want to skip to the part where I have discussed the paging in detail, you can start watching from the time as shown on the screen.
Suppose, let us assume that this is our main memory or the RAM, and these are the fixed partitions, are also called as frames which are made in the main memory. Let's say each of size 3 KB, and obviously operating system has to occupy some amount of space in the RAM. Now these are the shaded portions which are already occupied by few of the processes, and these are the holes which are created by the processes that have left the main memory after being executed by the CPU. Now, if we use syntactic memory allocation, we have to put the processes as a whole. So this will limit the size of the processes. We can only accommodate processes of size less than or equal to 3 KB.
Hence, this affects the degree of multi-programming as we cannot accommodate more number of processes and decreases the CPU efficiency. Now, if we go by something called as non-contiguous memory allocation, where the process is divided into partitions, paging, inverted paging, multi-level paging, segmentation, these are all the techniques under non-contiguous memory allocation. In paging, the process is divided into pages whose size is equal to the frame size of the main memory and is loaded into the main memory by the operating system.
Suppose I say I have a process P1 of size 6 KB. And as we can see from here, the frame size of my main memory is 3 KB. So I divide this process size by my frame size. So that gives me number of pages that has to be made in the process P1. So we should have 2 pages. So P0, P1. Not to forget that each is of size 3 KB as frame size is always equal to page size. Now, these particular pages P0 and P1 are loaded by the OS into the frames of the main memory. Not to forget that these process is divided into pages accordingly in the secondary memory itself so as to save time before they arrive to main memory.
Now, when we divide these processes into pages, the OS accommodates them into available frames or replaces the already existing processes by few replacement algorithms like FIFO, first in first out, least recently used, most recently used, optimal, etc. So it is important to keep a record of the frame number where each of these pages are loaded. Hence, we maintain something called as page table, which stores this frame number along with some other bits or page table entries such as valid or invalid bits, protection, reference, cache bits, etc. Now, every process has its own page table entry which is also stored in the main memory itself.
Now, coming back to the previous example, let us consider that the page number 0 has been accommodated into frame number 1 and page number 1 has been accommodated into frame number 3 of my process P1 after paging. Now, this is the page table of my process P1. Now, it has the entries of both the pages, page 0 and P1. Entries such as frame numbers, like my P0 is stored in frame number 1, P1 is stored in frame number 3, and other bits as I have discussed earlier.
Now let us discuss how paging happens in detail.
So, let us consider a process of size 8 bytes. As we know, byte is unit of memory. Generally, the CPU demands like for fifth byte, sixth byte, second byte, etc. from the data. So here, I have a process P1 whose size is 8 bytes. So obviously, I need numbers from 0 to 7 to represent or elect each of these bytes. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, 8 can be written as 3 cubed. Now, I need 3 bits to represent the process P1 because 8 is 2 cubed. 3 bits to represent process P1. Now, let us draw our main memory. We consider this as our main memory, which is also divided into 7 frames. Okay. Now, let us consider that the size of the main memory is 32 bytes. Main memory size is 32 bytes. And you can also write that as 2 power 5. So you need 5 bits to represent the main memory for the data, for all of these 32 bytes. In order to represent all of these 32 bytes, you need 5 bits as a whole. Now, the frame size is 2 bits. Sorry, frame size is 2 bytes. So in order to represent these 2 bytes, we need, of course, 2 by 1, so that is 1 bit. Now, how to get the number of frames? In order to get the number of frames, we have to divide the main memory size, 32 bytes, by the frame size, that is 2 bytes. So that gives you 16 number of frames. Now, in order to represent these 16 number of frames, we need, of course, 0 to 15 numbers, that is frame 0, frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4, frame 5, frame 6, frame 7, frame 8, and so on up till frame number 15. And there are 32 bytes. So since there are 2 bytes in each of the frame, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the last byte is going to be a 30th and 31st byte. So there are 16 number of frames. So in order to represent the frame number, we need 16 plus 2 power 4. So we need 4 bits to represent the frame number. Now, assume that in these frames, few of the frames are already occupied by some of the processes. Now, coming to the process P1, as we know, page size is equal to frame size. Page size is equal to frame size, that is equal to 2 bytes. So the number of pages in this process in which we're going to divide will be process size 8 bytes by the page size 2 bytes, which is 4 bytes. Sorry, 4 pages. So to represent these 4 pages, we need 0 to 3 indexes. So this is the pages. So there are 2 bytes in each page. So it's going to be page number 0, page number 1, page number 2, page number 3. So these are our 4 pages. And hence, we need 2 bits to represent the particular page number. Now, while paging, out of these pages, 2 of the pages are sent to while. So while paging, since now we have divided the process as per the frame size and we have divided the process into certain number of pages, now while executing, these particular pages are sent to the main memory. Now these particular pages are accommodated randomly into the main memory by using some paging algorithms. So let us assume that page number 0 has gone to frame number 1, and page number 1 has gone to frame number 2, and page number 2 has gone to frame number 4, and page number 3 has gone to frame number 8. Now, let us consider that this is our CPU. And this is the page table of process P1. So what is the number of entries in the page table? Of course, the number of pages in the process. As we have discussed earlier, every process has its own particular page table. So these are the entries. Page number 0, 1, page number 2, and page number 3. And this page table consists of the frame numbers where each of these pages are stored. So page number 0 is stored in frame number 1, page number 1 in frame number 2, page number 2 in frame number 4, and page number 3 in frame number 8. Now, CPU is not aware of the paging being done. If it wants some data from the process P1, it simply demands, like I want fifth byte from process P1. But the fact now is fifth byte is in page 2. Fifth byte is in page 2, which is stored in main memory in frame 4 in the ninth byte. Since CPU is not aware of this fact that we have done paging, we have to convert this fifth byte to ninth byte and give it to the CPU so that it can access the data that it wants. Now, this file is converted into something called as logical address first. This is something called as logical address. Now, the size of the logical address space is equal to the process size. And what is the process size? 8 bytes. And we needed 3 bits to represent the bytes in this process. So hence we need 3 bits also to represent the logical address space. Now, type in the form of binary in 3 bits can be written as 1, 0, 1. Now, in this logical address, there are 2 parts. Right part is the page offset and left part, this is the page offset, and left part is the page number. As we know that there are 4 number of pages. So we need 2 bits to represent the page number. So leftmost two significant bits are going to represent the page number. 2 bits for page number, and for page offset, the remaining 1 bit. Of course, since in each page there are 2 bytes, so we need only one number of bits to represent these 2 bytes. Now, 10 is to represent my page number and 1 is to represent my page offset. But here we want to access the first byte of page number 2. That is 4 is the 0th byte, 5th is the first byte of page number 2. So this 10 is taken by the memory management unit and mapped to page number 2, because in decimal form 10 is 2. And this particular frame number 4 is taken by the memory management unit. Now there is something called as physical address. This is the physical address. And the size of this physical address is equal to just what? Main memory size. And so our main memory size is 32 bytes. We need 5 bits to represent the main memory. So we need in physical address. Now there are 2 parts in physical address again. That is the frame number and the frame offset. Now, what is frame offset? Frame offset is always equal to page offset, because frame size is equal to page size. The data is not gonna change. So of course, it is gonna be 1 bit required for frame offset. So 5 minus 1, 4 bits remaining for frame number. We can double check. The number of frames we have is 16. So we need 4 bits to represent this frame number. So 1 as same as a page offset is frame offset. And what is going to come in the 4 bits? My frame number that the MMU has selected. Frame number 4 in binary form in 4 digits will be written as 0, 1, 0, 0. So in all I have 5 bits. Now these 5 bits are converted into decimal form, which of course is going to give us 9. Hence, this 9 is understood by the CPU and goes to the memory management unit. This 9 is understood by the CPU and it goes to the main memory to access the 9th byte and get the data that it wants. Hence, the paging is completed here.